Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 6, text 85-86. They're grouped together here. Sarvam Bhattacharya is being addressed here by Gopinathacharya. And Gopinathacharya speaks here that Yadyapi Jagat Guru Tumi Shastra Gyanavan Prithvite Nahi Pandita Tomar Saman Ishwarera Kripalesha Nahi Katomate अतएव ईश्वर तत्व नापार जानीते यद्यपि जगत गुरु तुम्ही although you are the spiritual master of the whole, you are a great teacher, Jagat Guru. It does not necessarily have to mean the spiritual master of the whole world. It is a title given in the tradition to somebody who is very learned. So you are as learned as if you are the spiritual master of the whole world. And here Gopinathacharya is showing deference to the position of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by acknowledging that yes, you are the Jagat Guru, you are extremely learned with scholarship and fame that will deem you as Jagat Guru, but still Yadyapi Jagat Guru to me Shastra Gyanavan, and you also know Shastra. Gyanavan, so it's not just ordinary knowledge, you have knowledge of Shastra. And still, even after that, Prithvite Nahi Pandita Tomar Saman. And he goes on and says, factually speaking, his scholarship is not just great, but Prithvite, it's not, now when you say that he's not Jagat Guru, that doesn't, what it literally means is that it's not that he has initiated disciples all over the world, but he was capable of doing that in the sense that he was a great scholar. And he says that all over the world there is no scholar equivalent to you. Prithvite nahi pandita tomar saman. As to equally there is no scholar in the whole world. Ishwarera kripalesha nahi katomate. Ishwarera. So Ishwarera kripalesha nahi katomate. That actually that you have not got even a fraction of the mercy of the Lord. Ataiva Ishwar Tattva Napar Janite, and therefore, because you are not understood you not got the mercy of the Lord, so you are not able to understand the Ishwar Tattva, although the Ishwar is present right now in your own house. So Prabhupada adds this in his translation that although there's nothing specific about the Ishwara being in his own house, but the contrast is striking over there, and Prabhupada adds it to drive home the point that a seeker is ready to go out of his home and go all over the world to search for God. But suppose God resides in the seeker's own house and the seeker does not recognize that this is God. What a great misfortune that would be. And such is the misfortune that unfortunately characterizes Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So although Gopinathacharya giving due deference to Sarvabhauma for his learning and position does not directly say that he is unfortunate, but he says that actually you have not understood who the Lord's position, that you have not understood the Lord because you have not received His mercy. 87. Tomara nahi kadosha shastra kahe Pandityadya Ishwar Tattva Jnana ka bhuna hai Tomara nahi kadosha. And then now, although it makes a strong statement that you don't understand. Normally, if you say something like this to a scholar, you don't understand. That scholar may get agitated and say that, what do you think? Do you think you're a bigger scholar than me that you can understand and I can't understand? So, he is speaking the truth, but he's speaking with as softly as possible. And he's saying that actually it's not that it's your fault. It's not your fault. Tomara nahi kadosha. Akshashastra kahe. What I am saying is, I am not pointing out your fault. I am simply telling the wording of scripture that you are a great Pandit. I am not demeaning your scholarship. But scholarship is not the qualification for knowing the absolute truth. Panditadya Ishwar Tattva Jnana ka bhuna hai. Panditadya Ishwar Tattva, that just by Panditya, Ishwar Tattva Jnana, that one cannot get knowledge about Ishwara, kabhu nahe, it is not acquired in this way. For every particular activity, there is a particular process to be followed, a particular qualification that is required. Suppose a person wants to travel by a flight, and then when the person is entering the flight, please show your boarding pass. So, don't you know that I am a PhD from IIT. Oh, that is good, but please show your boarding pass. Oh, you don't know that I actually got a, not just a PhD, I got a gold medal in my PhD. Oh, that's good, but please show your boarding pass. Oh, you don't know that I am so selfless that I help over 100 students to do their studies, to help them complete their assignments. I was not just an achiever myself. I have so many other students. That is good, but please show your boarding pass. Now, when one wants to get onto a flight, the other things are all okay, but then what is required for climbing onto the flight is a boarding pass. If that boarding pass is not there, then one will not be able to get into the flight, and one will not be able to go wherever one wants to go. So now whatever the other qualifications are there, they are good, but they are not relevant for this particular activity, for boarding a flight. Similarly, here it is being said that actually it's not your fault, but scholarship is not the qualification for knowing Ishwar Tattva. So yes, you have scholarship, that is like flashing your IIT degree, IIT gold medal to a ticket to the flight attendants and or the flight captain, saying that and let me enter the flight. That doesn't work. So he's saying that yes, you are a scholar, I admit you are a scholar, but scholarship is not the qualification for knowing the absolute truth. That is, one cannot know the absolute truth with this means. And in this way, he sticks to his point, but minimizes the problem that might come by that. And then Prabhupada quotes several verses here from the Upanishads, making the same point about how the absolute truth cannot be known by mere scholarship. Nayamatma pravachenena labhyo namedhaya na bahuna shrutena yamevaisha vrunute tena labhyas tasyaisha atma vivrunute tanum swam. So nayamatma pravachenena labhya. It's not that one can attain one Lord by pravachan. Namedhaya, not by intelligence. Na bahuna shrutena, not just by hearing from different people. Yamevaisha vrunute tena labhyas. That actually only when one is selected by that person, then one can know him. Tasyaisha atma virunate tanum swam. That when he selects someone, what does he select means? That he gives mercy to someone. Now, of course, we can do something to get that mercy, but it is his mercy that enables us to know him. It is not our doing those things that enable us to know him. So yes, hearing from others and even giving pravachanena, one may oneself give talks, or one may hear talks, or one may study a lot, whichever way it is. If only when these activities are done to please the Lord and they please Him and He bestows His mercy, then one can know Him. Otherwise, one cannot know Him. Naisha tarke namatir apaneya. Prabhupada also quotes further from the Katha Upanishad. Proktanyena sugyanaya preshta yam tvam apah satyatir batasi twadrunno bhuyan nachikeha prashta. So, naisha tarke namatira paneya. One cannot know the Lord by tarka. This is not the way to know the Lord. So the Upanishads are quite clear. Although the Upanishads are themselves very scholarly books, but even while giving due deference to scholarship, they also talk about the element that is beyond scholarship. And it's significant that these verses are coming in the Upanishads, not in the Puranas, because sometimes those are Vedantists. They don't accept the authority of the Puranas. So, here Prabhupada is embellishing the argument that Sarvam Bhattacharya is making, which Gopinatacharya is making, and he's stating that actually you cannot know the absolute truth simply by scholarship. You need something more for knowing the absolute truth. And that something more is the mercy of the Lord. And because you do not have that mercy of Sarvabhauma, that's why, despite your scholarship, you are not able to know the absolute truth. We'll see how it moves forward. This conversation moves forward in our next talk. Thank you.